Hi everyone and welcome to Introduction to Computer Applications. My name is Debbie Sorrentino. I'm the instructor for this course. I have been teaching at NCCC a long time, both online and in the classroom. I generally teach programming classes, but this is the one applications class that I do teach. So I generally teach CIS 100 pretty much every semester, fall, spring, summer, for the last several semesters. I tend to get positive feedback, so I think a lot of students like the class and get a lot out of it. So I'm hoping you do too. I just want to say a little bit first about this being a summer class. So we're taking all the material from a 16-week class and we're condensing it into 6 weeks. Sometimes students say, oh, there's too much work for a summer class, but a summer class is a regular 3-credit-hour course. So it has to contain the information and the content that would be in a 3-credit-hour course during a fall or spring semester. So please keep that in mind. Okay, so this is to introduce you to the course and really show you around what you need to do in order to be successful in the course. And I'll just start quickly with the home page. Our announcements are always here. This is just the first part of the announcement. You can click on it to read the full announcement, and you can always click on course announcements here to see the full announcement as well. So on the home page you just get a little snippet, so you probably want to click on that to read the full one. Starfish is something new that's being used to increase student success and retention at NCCC. It is a pilot project for this summer, so you really will only be able to access it or use it if you are in the nursing curriculum, or if you go to the Culinary Institute, or if you're an online only student. So you can click here to find out more about it, and over here in our class there's a link which will bring you into Starfish as well. If you're not in those that group of students, you really don't have to worry about it. I've got links here to 2 helpful products, Atomic Learning, which will be learning a lot about, using quite a bit in our course. There's links to Atomic Learning within our course, so you may not need this, but you have the ability to launch from here. And lynda.com has great classes and tutorials on all kinds of different computing applications and all kinds of business topics. And there is a license for NCCC, so you can check that out. T-Wolf's email. Email is the most important part of an online course. If you don't want to check your email, you should not take an online course. It's the only way I can contact you, so make sure that you check your T-Wolf's email at least 3 times a week when you're taking this course. Very important. And I'm sorry if the school sends you junk mail that you don't want to see sometimes, but sometimes information is going to come from me, and I send you reminders and do all kinds of things. Very important. And here's all the NCCC policies and resources that you can take a look at if there's anything there that's of interest. So our home page is what you see here. This is our course menu. On the left, there's a Start Here link, and you can read this, but it just tells you if this is the first online class you've ever taken, you should take the NCCC e-learning student orientation. It's located on the student resources and policy page. It's so important because it explains how to do everything in Blackboard, and even though it takes a little time to go through the orientation, you will more than save that time when you take a course. So that's really important. And then it tells you to click on the course information syllabus link, which I will be kind of talking a little bit about. And once you're done with that, you can move into the learning modules. But again, at least 3 times a week, preferably more. Check your announcements, check your email, and check the calendar. So I'm going to go into the course information documents. Some of these I'll go into, some of these I'll just tell you a little bit about, and you can read through them. This is just a little welcome document that explains a little bit about me. This is the video you're watching right now, so you probably were already here. This is a document that explains how to contact me and how often I'm going to log on, which is pretty much every day, Monday through Friday. I don't have a time where I log on. It might be the morning, it might be the night, but generally one time, and how quickly I'll get back to you. If it's Monday through Friday, you send me an email. I'll get back to you within 24 hours. Sometimes I will on the weekend as well, but sometimes I might be busy, so you might not hear from me till Monday. Please read through the course syllabus. You can click on this. We've been asked to provide a PDF version and a Word version. They're the same document, but some people have their preferences, so click on whatever one you'd like, and you'll find out more about the course and the student learning outcomes. Course materials, we have no textbook for this course. We're going to be using Atomic Learning, and you'll start to see that in the very first module. You will be required to use Microsoft Office 2016, so you have to have access to a computer with Microsoft Office 2016 for the projects, not a phone, not a tablet, but an actual computer. If you don't have Office 2016, I will give you instructions in the second module on how to obtain Office 365 for free through NCCC, and this will allow you to download and install Office 2016. So again, I will give you instructions on that, but you will be required to use that software. So that's important information about that. Probably the most important link here is our course schedule for the calendar. This is a full schedule of every single thing that you have to complete and when it's due. It looks very daunting, but there's also a calendar within the course which breaks it down nicely, which I'll show you. And you'll find that certain things are due on, certain activities are due on certain days of the week. So I'm hoping you'll kind of get used to the flow of that for this course. This you should print out, keep a copy with you, download it onto your phone, put it in your calendar, whatever you have to do. The due dates are important. Certain activities are due on a certain day. Many things are not accepted late, so if they are not done by the due date, you will receive a 0. Okay, these are just the different learning activities. We'll have discussions where you need to post a response to the discussion and then respond to other students. There will be videos from Atomic Learning. Once you get into the first module, I'll explain a little bit more about the video series. Quizzes. Quizzes will be open for 48 hours. You could take them anytime during that 48 hours, but that's when they must be taken. Once you begin the quiz, you have to finish it. You can't go back to it later. But they're all relatively short, 10 to 20 multiple choice, true, false type questions. So what's important here is that you're aware of the due dates. There will be assignments, and I'll add on here, I don't know why I don't have it, but in the Icebreaker activity, the Word, Excel, Access, and PowerPoint modules, assignments are not accepted late. I do post a solution file right after they're due, and that's why they're not accepted late. Projects. Give yourself time to work on the project. Don't start 10 minutes before it's due. A rubric will be provided with each project. This is the one thing that can be turned in late, but I assess a 5% per weekday late penalty, and no projects are accepted 1 week after the due date. The course feedback survey is worth 1% of your grade. That's in the culminating activity, and here's a grading scale, so you can see where you stand with that. Okay. Please read through here, course expectations, important information. I expect you to log on and do work in this class for 2 to 3 hours, probably, 2 to 3 times a week, especially when we get into Word, Excel, and Access. Those will be busy modules. If you're not doing well in this course, it's likely because you're not spending enough time. This will explain this link on the services that are provided to disabled students. So please, if you need to, read that through and notify me via email. I'm happy to work with anybody that has applied through the accessibility services at NCCC. We ask you to complete this one question, and this is your next step, which tells you how to proceed in the course. And part of that is going to be to move into the learning modules. So I'll move into here. This is just a note telling you to watch this video, so hopefully you have. And our first module will be Icebreaker Activities. I will, every module that opens will have an introductory video which explains the module, so I'm not going to explain this now. Once you click on the Icebreaker Activities link, I'll explain things a little bit more there. So I'm just going to go through the items in our course menu. Some we already did the home page. Start here, the syllabus, the learning modules. This is our course calendar, also another way to view the calendar with every due date on it. And you'll see like the videos here are due on Thursdays, the discussion posts are due on Thursdays, assignments are due on Thursdays, the quizzes are open for Friday and Saturdays, so you can take them anytime here. And the projects, we won't have any the first week, but we will when we get to the word portion of the course. So I'm just going to move into June. Now this is where you'll see this is kind of the busy part of the course, because when we work in Word, Excel, and Access, we're going to be having two projects, Word Project 1 and 2. So there's two video series 1 and 2. And then same thing with Excel. You've got two video series and two projects. And the same thing with Access. So it starts to get a little busier here. All your assignments you'll see are due on Thursday, right? All your second projects here are due on Friday. And then when we get into PowerPoint, again, we'll be back down to just one project. But the quizzes are always on Friday and Saturday for each module. So hopefully you'll get used to the schedule. And this will be the last thing. I think the second or the third is the very last day of the semester. I might have my grades in on the third, so we're going to wrap things up here. Okay. My grades, you'll always know where you stand. When you come into here, you'll see these are the activities that are due in the first module with the due dates, and once they're graded, you'll see the grades. And when the activities open in the second module, you'll start to see those out there. So you can always click on my grades to find that. We talked about course announcements, email, and Starfish. This is really just help here. There's some course resources and facts and how to participate in discussions and assignments. How to get your email on your mobile device, that's in here. And then if you need help with Blackboard, or you need support for online courses at NCCC, or technical help, okay? I am always willing to help my students in an online class. All you need to do is ask for help, send me an email, let me know what you need help with. I'm happy to assist. I think that's just about it. If anything comes up of a personal nature that prevents you from doing work, you just click on this send email and let me know immediately. If you let me know on the 5th week of the semester why you're having problems, it's very possible there's nothing we can do about it. But if you do have any concerns, problems, things that you run into, send me an email immediately so we can deal with it. Okay? Enjoy the summer session. And always feel free to ask questions if you have any.